All right, we live. We live, man. We're talking real estate, so we live across the Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter right now. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're not gonna waste any time today. I got two other guests on the panel. They'll pop up as we come along. Before we get off here in about an hour or so, 45 minutes an hour. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, serial entrepreneur, and a mortgage broker. MLS 1541210. You could find me, Google at Billionaire Loan Officer, and all one word, and I'll pop up. So I should be on that first page. It's the social media, the YouTube, everything at Billionaire Loan Officer is the handle. You could find me if you're trying to do an application and get a mortgage, go to www.applywithb.com. That's where you can start a mortgage. You could actually Zoom, book me in Calendly for a Zoom meeting, so on and so forth. You can call me as well, 832-775-8357. You call me 24/7. Let's talk real estate. Also, our website, www. If you're looking for one of those fly condos and everything like that, HoustonCondoSales.com, www.HoustonCondoSales.com, or Houstonians by Houstonians. So, also challenge me. I have my rates posted 24/7. So, put your scenario in. Go to what's today's rate. Start your account. Put your scenario in, and it's my latest rates up to date. So also go to my YouTube at Billionaire Loan Officer. Go ahead, like, subscribe, tell a friend, go from there. So got my guest host, CJ the Realtor, in the building. Go ahead, let them know your credentials.
All right, what's up, everybody? CJ the Realtor here in Houston. Check out my website, GreenwoodRealtyTX.com. If you're looking to sell, buy, lease, invest, residential or commercial, hit me up. Phone number is 832-338-3182. You can check out. I'm the same on all social media, CJ Sales TX. You see it on the shirt, CJSELLSTX. Even my YouTube channel too. So we got that home luxury tour on there. We got some nice looking homes on the luxury end, showing exactly what Houston has to offer on the luxury side. So check that out. We'll have some more videos coming soon. Just dropped one yesterday that's dope. So go hit that up. And like I said, hit me up DMs on all social media, CJ Sales Texas. Text me, call me 832-338-3182. Also, got my nonprofit, the Massa Academy. I'll drop some more information about that. We're hoping to launch that pretty soon, but be on the lookout for that. We're teaching our young men entrepreneurship. So if you're on the lookout, we'll keep you tuned on that too.
Right. Yeah, and we started plugging as well. Don't forget the home tours. Realtors, if you want to have us come in and interview you on your listing, just hit us in the DM. Or hit the phone to 832-775-8357. Hit us up. Larry, what's going on? Entry point for the homes in Houston. This is Larry. Why don't you come on the panel, man? I'm gonna drop the the link in the panel here. But Barry, what's going on? I'm dropping the link in the panel. So if you want to come on, Larry, you can come on. Here's the StreamYard link. I just dropped it across all the chats. But entry point in Houston is about, what'd you say, 200,000, CJ? 200 to 215.
That's pushing it. It might be a little more than that now, but I would say low twos.
Low twos, right? So that's which is the difference, because I purchased my home in 13, and it was 185 was the entry point. 185, 135, 185.
You can forget that now. It's a wrap.
Yeah, that's gone. So now it's like low twos. That's the, but the average house, would you say, would be 3 to 350?
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Average,
looking for something, yeah, especially in a good school district and everything, it's in the threes.
yeah, at least in the threes.
It'll be,
So
it'll be. I would say high twos, low threes. It'll get you in there, but it's gonna be like a 3-2 small starter, but it'll get you in there.
right. Cool. Barry, go ahead and introduce yourself. We just were wrapping up the intros, and I still got your banners up, so whenever you're ready.
All right. Barry Bolston, realtor, Houston surrounding areas with Keller Williams Professionals. You can get me at www.homesbybarryb.com. You can call me at 832-786-1270. I'm on all the platforms, IG at Homes by Barry B, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. Oh my God, got all of those. So
Right.
you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Houston area, give me a call.
All right, so
y'all talk about average sales prices.
Right. Yeah, no, B was talking about how much it costs, like something to get in with.
Okay. Because I was gonna say it's more than that up here in Spring.
Right.
You saying the low twos? I'm like, it's more than that up here in Spring.
I'm like, it'll get you in. I ain't say where.
Right. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but but you want, that's the starting price, but you're gonna have to have a little bit more. So I mean, what that means is that you probably need, what that translates out to, if you have no other debt, you need to make at least, I would say, about $5,000 a month. That's damn near with no other debt, in order to get, I would say $4,000 to $5,000 a month with no other debt that you need to make. So if you ain't making 60, 70 a year household income, it's gonna be tough to get a house. So I would say the tenants in common, I want to talk about that a little bit more today. I want to open that up, and then I want to talk about two other things as well. First of all, let me finish plugging the house tours. House tours, again, is out right now. That's our new YouTube show, starring CJ the Realtor, myself. Realtors, if y'all want us to go ahead and come to your listing and shoot your listing and interview you in 4K, hit us up in the DM. We'll come out. House Tours Lux is CJ the Realtors, and House Tours Express is mine. So, and we're going to cross market on both. So CJ is $1 million on up, and mine going to be 800,000 on less. So it's going to be my the Express. So for the everybody else, So we're gonna rock it like that.
I mean, I do a little, luxury still it's a little less than the mills, but
right around that area.
We're gonna put something nice out there.
Let's talk about something that's gonna be shocking the most, because a lot of realtors watch our show. They don't comment, but I need more realtors to comment and join in. Let's talk about something we talked about in our meeting. We had a powwow meeting earlier today. I want to kind of echo this, at Nexum. How many people, what is your prediction for 2024 that they're saying that 1 in 3 loan officers and realtors won't be around in 2024?
Shit, they ain't gonna be around in 23.
I know, right?
They already getting up out of there.
Yeah.
Right. So it's, so they're saying that
they was all jumping in 19 and 20. They was jumping in. Now, now that the truth start coming back, they getting back out.
Hey, when you really got to earn that commission, you don't know how to get leads and build a pipeline and nurture clients, like touch people. They got to touch them 7 to 12 times. They don't know about.
Right.
Everybody was buying the last couple of years.
Right. Anybody could have. Again, I didn't leave the house in the last 2 years. I never left the house in the pandemic.
You could go outside, throw a rock, and hit a buyer.
Right. So it's a different. you know, it's different when the fish are jumping in the boat.
Yep.
Now you got to have the skill to go out and throw the rod and reel and actually go hunt. So now,
Right.
my question is, let me rephrase it as a question. With that being said, what I know you don't want to give away the sauce, but what do you think is going to separate the men from the boys, the women from the girls, and you know the top performers from everybody else? What you think is going to take in order to be around? Like Craig Mack said, you won't be around next year.
I mean, with me, I think it's going to depend on drive.
Right.
Because like that whole motivation thing is like you can lose that, but if you got drive and you got goals set that you really want to achieve and you ain't gonna let nobody get in your way, then you'll last. But if you one of those fly by night, I came in, you know, this is looking at it like a lick, it ain't gonna work. Because this is the point where you actually learn. You're in the trenches, basically learning how to work your pipeline, build a new pipeline. Like you really have to work and earn this money now, and instead of it just falling in your lap. So the ones that got the drive, they're gonna make it happen. Because it's still like it's still closings happening every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, the market is this switch. I'm not gonna give away the sauce and just plain spell it out. It's not. You just have to switch your game up. It's not the same thing. You know, so you know, and if you nearsighted, it can't see, you're gonna fall off.
Right.
And you have to adapt to what it is. And then if you realize what it is, you could, especially on the loan officer side, you could set it up to where you're gonna eat. It's gonna be another 2020 by 2024 if you do it right, because everybody gonna refi.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, you know, another great year in 2024. You know, everybody gonna be coming to you for refi. But this is a not only an art, but it's a skill. It's one of those rare professions that is both. You know, so what I mean by that is that the skill, you can develop certain skills on your presentation. You can develop certain skills as far as your closing skills and your lead generation skills. But also there's an art form to this as well, because the variables change. Yep. And you have to be able to paint a picture and have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like an artist. So it's an art and a skill with this. All right, I got Larry in the house, man. Larry, what's going on, man? This is who got me in the Nexa. You know, once he comes on the panel. I don't know, his Wi-Fi is kind of slow. Larry, what's going on?
What's up, boys?
Hey, how you doing?
Still grinding, man.
I was listening in on you guys. I was kind of on another call here, and good stuff. So I was listening in. I got your link, and I'm glad to be on here.
Gotcha. So yeah, go ahead. I mean, I'm live on. I know we don't get a whole bunch of. I'm trying to pick this thing up, but I'm live across a whole bunch of platforms. So people might catch us on a rewatch. So go ahead, tell them who you are, where they can find you, so on and so forth.
Yeah, Larry Klecker. I'm also with Next Mortgage. I'm in Minnesota, serving Arizona, Florida, Minnesota, and I'm at lendingmn.com. 651-734-5602.
Gotcha. Cool. So we started the discussion. I don't know if you want to chime in on it. Were you on the call this morning with Mike?
No, I missed it. I was on with another loan officer, actually.
Gotcha. So Mike was talking about, he said, you know, the statistics have come out like 1 in 3 loan officers and realtors won't be in the business by 2024. You know, so we were talking about, what do you think is going to separate the men from the boys, the women from the girls, and you know, the performers from the pretenders?
Boy, I think leverage. I think it's all about leverage, man. I think if you're a Lone Ranger, you're in trouble. I think it's all about getting that leverage. If you've got the leads and you're able to leverage, I think that's a really big deal. And if you are, maybe maybe don't leverage as much. I think the people that are currently leveraging are in good shape because they're going to still have leads. At the end of the day, this is still a leads-based business, right?
Right.
I think brokers are going to be king, yourself included, going forward. I think retail is burning. It's a burning house. And some of them guys
Right.
are just sitting in that burning house right now. But their ass is going to get fried here soon, right? They're going to have to get out.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the realtors. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the realtors that are starting to understand the difference between retail and the broker world.
right,
And nobody wants to pay retail right now, especially with these rates.
right,
And the retail's the ones that are the realtors are the ones that drive this traffic, like these two guys on the call, right? Those guys are probably, I'm sure, wise to it now, and so is pretty much everyone else starting to be right now. That hey, there are other options out there. You don't need to pay retail. Like if I got a can of soda I'm selling for 50 cents and Brandon Dixon's selling it for 25. Well, I almost got a fiduciary duty to tell my clients it's available for a quarter, right?
right.
So yeah, that's kind of the deal. So
Right.
long story short is, I think that's going to be big. I think retail is going to die. Out of that 1 in 3, I bet more of those are going to be from retail. But I think a lot of those are going to continue to jump ship like they are now, and get on the broker side. Yeah.
Right, right. I think that's going to be important. However, there are always going to be the type of people that need the training wheels. And I think what's going to happen is I think it's going to be a gap. There's going to be a gap between the hunters, which is probably going to all go broker. I'm talking about on the loan side. And then they're going to be the telemarketers. They're going to be like the actual Quicken, where you got the 25, built guys that's fresh out of college that they call all day, or they work these, the cyber leads.
Yep.
And you're gonna have the big companies, and this is gonna pay them squat, or you're gonna have the brokers, which have more flexibility where you want an expert. I think the middle is where the death is gonna be. I think people that's kind of have a little bit of get up and go are gonna survive, and I think the rest of them are gonna fall by the wayside. Because let me say this, and I'll open it back up to our realtors. Relationships win championships, and right now is the best time to get the relationships while everybody else is high. So you could easily swoop in and tell them why brokers are better, and why not save your clients some money and have more flexibility as far as products. So once that word get out, retail can't compete, and then you're gonna lose those relationships. And a lot of people, as far as especially now this new generation, they a lot of them are introverts. So they're not going to want to get out there and market. A lot of them, people don't want to work social media. You know what I mean? So like, I don't get it. This is free. I was telling, I'm gonna say this, and I'm opening it up. Yesterday, Monday, got a call at 10 a.m. Refi out of she lives in New York with hope she's not watching this, but lives in New York, got an investment property in Florida. Found me on social media. Social media was free. Bam. Disclose it the same day. Bam. It's fun on social media. This is free stuff. So Chris and Barry, I open it up to you. What do you think about relationships, and what do you think the future is for the business?
I mean, it's definitely about relationships, because once, at least, like, we're starting to trim some of the fat, so you really got the people that really make stuff happen that's left over. So, like, especially as a realtor, you got to have an all-star team. You got to have an all-star lender, inspector. If you need like contractors, like all these people that are in the industry, like if you associate with them, you're tied with them. So if they don't take care of your client, it's gonna look bad on you. Right. So now that things are getting a little tougher, the weak are getting cut. Are they leaving? Right. So now we're left with the ones that actually know what they're doing, are good at what they do. So it kind of helps. But you definitely got to have those relationships, especially in this age. You definitely got to have a good mortgage broker that's going to tell you, hey, rates just dropped. Let's get it under contract ASAP before they go back up. I got these tools that can help them do this and this. Like, it's not just about knowing somebody, it's about having somebody that is a professional that knows what they're doing and they're up to date on what's changing in the market.
Right. That's my moniker for 2023. Find the right people.
Yep.
Find the right people. That's my New Year's resolution. Find the right people. Barry, what you got on that?
I was gonna say, I mean, it breaks down the relationships, and then you were talking about social media. I mean, you talking about the introverts that are out there. There's a lot of people that this is what they spend their time doing is on social media. And if you're not trying to build relationships through social media, you missing out on a whole lot of people that are interested. They're going to be interested in buying a home or refinancing. So you have to be on social media. I mean, this is the way of the world. It's not 1980 anymore. I mean, you can. I mean, like y'all are licensed in other states. So I mean, 30 years ago you couldn't do that. You had to be in. Say what now?
I said, how would I touch them otherwise? Unless I'm gonna just take trips out there weekly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with social media, you can be sitting in your living room working, calling people in these other. They can see you in these other states. If you want to set up a Zoom meeting, I mean, it's just all this is out there for you. And you need social media. I don't understand how people my age, I know a lot of people that don't do anything on social media.
Right.
I mean,
I don't get it.
They get their kids to set up a profile and they'll never go on.
The same business card pick that they use on the business card on there, and they got in the bio realtor serving the Houston area.
Yep. And another thing too, man, is like not just have other people on the team. Partner up with other realtors, man. Like as far as us realtors like we have to partner up with other realtors. Like you if we're not licensed in multiple states, it's good to know other realtors in other cities, other states, because you never know who needs help somewhere else. Because like especially
somebody's moving from another state to your state or something, and hey, contact this guy here.
I come from oil and gas. Like it's a lot of people moving around that need help finding good people that know what they're doing in other locations. So it's definitely crucial about building these and nurturing these relationships within the industry.
Well,
that's our moniker: collaboration over competition.
I got a question.
I believe in that.
I got a question for CJ and Barry.
Right.
So, from a consumer perspective, because I'm sure some consumers are watching this channel as well, what are the things that are going to separate agents like yourselves over the next 12 months versus the guys that probably won't be here within 24?
Man, I think one thing is going to be knowledge based. So like being mindful and following the trends of what's going on with the market.
Yep.
Like not knowing, especially because Houston's so hyper local, you cannot compare one side of Houston to the next. In some areas, you can even compare a neighborhood to another neighborhood that's directly across the street. So if you don't know what's going on and following the trends on where people really want to be in Houston, and then even though the economy and inflation is going on, we still got people relocating from out of state. So they don't really know where to go if they haven't been here. So if you don't know, then who's going to help them? Who's going to be the best one to
find
serve?
Somebody to do. That's a good thing. Yeah, knowledge of the city, knowledge of the different areas. Because I don't know how it is where you. I mean, Houston. I mean, I saw a thing one time. It said Houston is an hour away from Houston. I mean, it's so spread out. I mean, you got so many different parts of quote unquote Houston. I mean, just that knowledge and also getting to know that client. What are their needs? What are they looking for? What are they trying to do? As far as with their family or with their job, or so those are the things that can separate you from just the people that's out there trying to get your money or just trying to get the money.
Hell yeah. And a lot of these guys that are just onesie twosie in it right now don't have the kind of experience you guys do. And that's why you guys are going to have staying power in this market.
Right.
Yep.
Corey has joined us, man. I know I could damn the time you like. I know it's 8 o'clock.
Like clockwork.
Corey, go ahead, introduce yourself real quick and come and join the conversation, man. What we're talking about is we're talking about we had a meeting earlier at Nexa, and they said that 1 of 3 realtors and loan officers won't be around by 2024. And so we were saying, what's some of the things that separate the performers from the pretenders?
Gotcha. Corey Smith, your mortgage lender, you know what I'm saying? And just to kind of tap on this topic here, man, I think when times get tough, those people that's kind of been stringing along and kind of living their best life or whatever are the first ones that actually shut the doors. I think we started to see companies shutting their doors earlier this year. Right. Before things really started to get bad. But I think, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to the sustainability of the actual business, now is the times where it starts to filter out those pretenders, those people that were just in when everything got good. They were just in it for the money. They weren't in it for the people. I think that's starting to show more now than ever.
Right. Well, what's some of the things that What are some of the attributes or what's some of the techniques or the skills or the art that is going to drive that sustaining power? What's going to make you stay in the business, or what's going to have you perform as opposed to drop out?
Relationship and consistency.
That's my answer as well. So we right on page is like the relationships. Relationships win championships. Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
Period. My thing is this, let me reiterate my point, and this is going to be a good segue to my next topic, is that we're not in the real estate business. We're in the people's business. Everything is about people on both sides, whether it's your clients or whether it's business to business. All of these guys, we're friends. We form a relationship. We hang out. We kick it. You see what I'm saying? We talk on the phone for hours. You know what I'm saying? All of my relative referral partners, you have to have that relationship to where, it's comfortable. The days are gone to where it's so many options and you can connect with so many different people. Why not do business with people that you're comfortable with? Because there's so much other stressful things. If somebody make your skin crawl, and it's already stressful business, why would I compound that?
Hey, and it's not just comfortable, like competent. They know what they're doing.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
especially when you're dealing with a buyer, if it's first time or leveling up, like, and maybe the second time, they may not be you got to refamiliarize with the process, but you want to make it seamless, stress-free as possible. If you got a loan officer or broker that don't know what they're doing, you got an inspector that's scaring them off of some minor stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Barry, I know you know what I'm talking
Let's not even get into inspectors. Oh my goodness.
This is a people business, man.
You could kill a deal that way, man.
Inspectors will blow stuff up in a heartbeat.
Right.
Somebody said this the other day, if it was all about IQ, why aren't the highest IQ people running all the major corporations? So it's about more than IQ. It's about EQ, which is the emotional intelligence. It's about knowing people.
Hey, common sense ain't common.
Yeah, common sense. So it's not being about it's not about being the smartest. It's about being the more relatable and able to lead people. And that's what we do. We lead people into the transaction, and they have to have confidence in you to. Like CJ said, to not only handle their clients because this is their money, but you on the flip side, as a client, I got to be able to be comfortable with you that you're not gonna rip me off and put me in a money trap, a money pit.
Because for some people, this is the biggest investment they've never had or will have.
Right. So you got to be, I think, not only relationships, but you have to be relatable if you want to stay in this business.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way to express that, or the best way to find your vibe and your tribe, is through social media. And I think we gotta, if you're new in the business, if a new person watching this, why not express that the fact that you're a ballerina or a cook or went to this high school or you're acrobat, whatever you do, there's somebody that's like you and like your jam.
Yep.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this is all about, man. This is what it's come to. And Larry, am I off base here?
No, you're right on. And I think that with respect to what you're saying, I think that the people are gonna succeed in this market going forward. It's 100% relationship based, and for LOs, it's about real estate agents, and for real estate agents, it's about consumers, and then for them and for everyone, it's going to be about what do you provide that others don't, right? Is it better rates? Is it more knowledge about the products? Is it more knowledge about Barry's point earlier, the area? All these things go into it. And so someone wants to give you a referral. You talk about relationships. They better damn well trust you know what the hell you're doing, right? And so that's where these guys are always all coming from. Like, hey, I'm going to give Barry's number out. I'm going to give CJ's number out. I'm going to give Chris's number out because I know my man knows what the hell he's doing, right? And so that's where it comes down to is when pennies are falling from the sky, then nobody gives a shit and everything's coming and going and whatever doesn't matter. Deals are just falling in your lap. To your point earlier, fish are jumping in your boat. Well, over the next couple of years, they're probably not going to be jumping in your boat. Now, people are going to be leaning on your expertise and that relational thing that you're talking about, which is really the expertise and the comfortability to say, hey, I'm giving Corey's number out because I know my man's going to take care of this guy, right? And he's going to come back to me and go, yeah, dude, that dude is a rock star, right? I gave Barry's number out. Yeah, man, he was available nights, weekends, whatever. That's what people want to know going forward is you're going to take care of them. And that the people's number you give out are going to be taken care of as well. And I think that all comes back to the relational thing, but also to CJ's and Barry's points earlier is the knowledge thing, right? It's do I got the relationships, and then do those relationships believe I know what the hell I'm doing, right? It's twofold. It's top of mind, and do I know what the hell I'm doing? And if you can combine the two of those things, it's like I say it all the time in sports and everything else. When talent meets opportunity, good things happen, right? And I think when you everybody on this call or channel has the talent, the opportunity's there, and the good thing is we're going to lose a lot of fluff here in this market, and that's great for consumers to get rid of that fluff. These people are here only for one thing because the money's easy. When the money gets tough, we're still all going to be on this call.
Right. And you make a good analogy with fishing too, man, because if it's like you throw a rod, you throw your line out there and there's a million fish in there, you're going to catch something.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to catch that particular fish that you're looking for when there ain't that many in there, and you don't have that level of patience, you don't know the right lure, like it could be tough. You'll be sitting out there all day and won't catch nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
You starve.
Right.
That's when the skill comes in, because anybody could be considered a great fisherman if the fish are jumping in the boat. Like I said earlier. Now, when the skills show, that separates everybody from everybody. So, I would say to put a button in this and kind of move to the next subject is that my advice would be if you're currently in the actual market or in the industry and you're trying to, even if you're new and you're trying to last, is that it's relationships. Then I would say, like Larry said, knowledge. And what are you doing practically every day that betters those two things? I give you an example. When I first got into business, I still kind of do this to this day. I sit there 30 minutes and I'll read guidelines. Now that I'm a broker, I'll read like a product. I got open on this other screen. I got a buy down calculator. I'm studying a buy down. I want to master these 3-2-1s and 2-2-1 buy downs. That's what it's all about right now. So, I mean, you just got to
That's it
master
right now. I had 2 closings today that were both 2-1 buy downs.
2-1 buy. If you're not doing a 2-1 buy down today, you're missing the boat.
You missing out.
I said this on a breakdown. If your loan officer is not offering you, or that bank, that lender doesn't offer 2-1 or 3-2-1 buy down, fire them.
Yeah.
Fire them right now. You know, it just makes sense. You know, why not save that money? You know, and then I'm getting through a couple of states now, people are reaching out just for the power of social media, know that I'm a broker now. They want me to be their preferred lender, these builders, these small builders. Because they heard of the 3-2-1 buy down. Like, all right, what do we need to do to package the 3-2-1 buy down? Do you have a calculator? Do you have something that, hey, I know what package to offer so I can get my buyers in? Because they want to move their inventory as well.
Oh yeah. They do not. Hey, they do not want to sit on that past December 31st, bro. Like they want to get that off the books ASAP.
They do not want to turn that calendar. They want to move inventory so they can get their ass moving on something else. And it's all. Here's the thing: is we still have a massive inventory problem everywhere around the United States, right?
Right.
The issue right now is people don't qualify for these mortgages, or they're not comfortable with the payments. This 2-1 buy down or 3-2-1 buy down solves that, right? It makes it much more affordable. And Fannie Mae, as well as a lot of other industry experts, including Barry Habib, shout out to the rock star name, first name Barry. Barry Habib says that by end of first quarter next year, we should be looking at 5% rates, which means that brokers, we're going to be around 4.5%, right? So what happens with 4.5% is now you're back to no inspection, appraisal gap waivers, 20 grand over list price. Right now is an incredible time to buy. It might be the best time to buy over the next couple of years because you can do it without having to forego the inspection, without having to guarantee the appraisal, without having to go $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over list price, and then do the 2-1 buy down. You get the best of both worlds. You get the lower rate, and then in 6 months you refinance, and you get back whatever wasn't spent on that 2-1 buy down, and in the form of a principal reduction.
Right.
Come on, people. That's what I'm talking about. Knowledge is power, man. Let's go. This is it. When consumers, if they understood this market would be hotter than a pistol right now.
Right. Well, that's one thing I want to add to this. I think if you listen to the doom and gloom, you're going to become it. It's not doom and gloom. I've been here 6 weeks. I've done 6 deals, and I had one that was clear to close that ghosted on me, so I should have been 7.
Hey, bro, let me tell you. The Houston market's still crazy because I got a buyer looking, and she didn't want to move forward with it, but like she's looking at houses, it's still bidding wars going on.
Right.
So people realize this still is the best time to buy, and if you think about it, even though interest rates are higher, prices are going down. It's right before the holidays, so you don't have as many people looking because they're focused on, everything that goes along with the holidays. So this is like a crazy good time to start locking something in.
I put my phone number on this thing earlier. Whoever's watching this, if I'm wrong, call me and tell me whatever. Throw expletives. I'll eat my socks, whatever. This spring is going to be bonkers. Watch. It's going to be bonkers.
Yep.
And then people are gonna be like, "Damn, I wish I'd have bought last fall or last whatever." It's gonna be bonkers this spring.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Barry said something last time. What did you say, Barry? Is don't marry the rate.
Oh,
like marry the house, don't marry the rate.
Date the rate, don't date the rate, marry the house.
Yeah, bro. That's real.
Yeah, it's real.
And you know what? There's a thing that I saw. It said, "Look, if you buy a house, if the interest rates stay the same, you win. If the interest rates go up, you win. If the interest rates go down, refinance, you win."
Right.
So,
I mean, it's all, again, we talk about this almost every week. It's all about mind frame, as a consumer, and then I want to, even tie it together with this week is if you're a professional and you're trying to get into this business and be successful in this business, it's all about mind frame as well. So you got to develop your skills, and then it's all about how you look at it. If you succumb to the negativity, then you're gonna be pushed out. You know, if you look at the glass half empty, yeah, it's gonna be half empty. You know, this is what it is. You know, so I don't look at it like that. You know, there's opportunity out here. You just got to go and find it. Now, is it as easy as it was? No, but you know, I don't know. It's almost like 17 to me. Almost like 17 and 18. There's really no difference.
Yep.
You know,
Just
so
can't be scared to work.
right. It's just it's not really a difference. It's just it's ebbs and flows. That's just what it is.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know, and you got to be used to that with this business. That's another thing. If you had a successful 21 and you went spend all your money and you have no money for marketing and relationships, now you can't go to that happy hour because you paycheck to paycheck. You screwed yourself.
Yep.
You know, so it takes, you got to spend to win. You know, so
Straight
that's
up.
just what this is. You know, so you gotta have your nest egg to where you got to do your marketing budget. You got to market. And the last segment I want to talk about is this something, because I went over something this weekend, and it kind of relates to all of this, is that even with the old dogs, I was always taught if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. This is my old high school coach and all that stuff. You know, I played ball and all that. That's all he used to preach. Like, man, we got to get better. You're not getting better, you're getting worse. I don't get, and I want y'all to chime in on this. I don't get these old dogs that been, you had a great year in 21, you had a great year in 12 or whatever, you know, you're able to maintain, but you're not willing to embrace social media. You're not willing to embrace new ideas. You're not willing to embrace, you've been with the same person for years. Of course, they did a great job, but you're not growing. You know, so my thing is, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. How do y'all
I see
feel
that
about
a lot. I see that a lot in my industry. I mean, you got the old heads that they believe in the door knocking and doing all that, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not about to go in 100-degree weather, knock on the doors, and as a, you know, walking through Pearland as a black man, no.
Well,
Hey,
the technology,
That
they
ain't
have a
happening.
thing called Ring now that they can see. Hey, what do you want?
Yeah, they see
Right.
you coming, but they gonna still make that phone call.
Right, so the technology
So,
has
I
outdated
mean, but
that technique. Technology has outdated.
But I mean, but you had a technology now. It's like you said, with social media,
Right.
and so I mean, you had that technology now, and a lot of people. Now, some things still work. I mean, I've heard you know, people talk about how like print marketing doesn't, but I've gotten leads and customers and clients from print marketing. So I don't do everything on digital, but yeah, I mean, you have to, like you say, improve. It's
Mhm.
And that's
2022. It's not 2012.
Right.
And that's the thing
Exactly.
too, Big Bear, because it's like you can still implement some of those things, but not as such of a big percentage of your marketing as it was. And even from a
Yeah.
standpoint of back in the day before like the DocuSigns and the dilutes and the zip forms, you had to print that stuff out and go meet them for them to sign it.
Yes.
Like you don't got to do none of that stuff no more. But if you got that mindset where you're just gonna stay stuck with whatever that technology was at the time, you're just gonna miss out.
Right.
Look,
Yeah.
I think it's so relevant when you talk about the old cliche. You know what I'm saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
I think for a lot of that generation, for the older people that's been doing this business for so long, I think they've been doing it for so long, they have a closed mind on anything else, on doing it any other way. So like, you know what I'm saying, I talked to an agent the other day. She still literally goes, prints out a contract and goes and meets her clients. And her whole thing is that, you know what I'm saying, it takes away from the personal touch. You know what I'm saying? Like, she like to be there with her clients and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? An older lady. Now,
Yeah.
I get it, because her generation, that's the way they continue to do business.
Right.
Now I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be judgmental and be like, look, you can literally send that e-sign and be sitting in your living room. But hey, who am I to tell you how to do your business? If you comfortable with that, then I'm comfortable with it. right? So I think, you know what I'm saying, it's just for that generation, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Like literally 4 years ago, was it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I had to get my dad out of the mindset where, you know what I'm saying, debit cards was a trap. So like, you know what I'm saying, like everybody's using fucking debit cards. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's 20 whatever it was, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, he just wasn't used to the fact of, you know what I'm saying, hey, I got to pull out this card. He's used to walking around with a wad of cash. So, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's just something about that generation, and I don't judge them for it. It's just the way they like to do things. You know what I'm saying? And social media sometimes is just not in that path.
Yeah, you're right. Because I had some older clients where I had to take the document for them to hand, like they had to sign it because they had the AOL account, so I already knew they ain't know nothing about signing that document.
AOL.
So I was like, let me go and print it out. I'll come to your house. But and that's the thing, man. It's all about learning how to pivot, learning how to like reorganize and re-strategize. Just like Barry said, he still gets leads off print marketing, but I'm sure now print marketing ain't the majority of your marketing budget like it was. Yeah, so you just got to learn how to pivot.
You know what? And that goes back to the relationship thing too.
Yep.
Knowing how your client is.
Yep.
You know, I've had younger clients and older clients, and there's definitely a difference on how they do their business.
Right.
Yeah.
Larry, how do you feel about that getting better, or if you're not getting better, you're getting worse?
Yeah, and I think,
most definitely. Yeah, you got to improve. Yeah.
You know, one thing I say about that is like I always like to look back 5 or 10 years, and then try to project and say, holy shit, or holy cow, sorry. You'll look into the future and say, 10 years ago, we didn't do business the way we do today.
Right.
10 years from now, no fucking way we're doing business the way we're doing today. Right. So to your point, Brandon, is what is it going to take to be a successful loan officer or a successful real estate agent 5 years from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now? What's it going to be? Funny thing is I remember a story where I was, God, it had to have been 10 years ago now or something. I saw a commercial. Dude rolls up to a pop machine with his debit card or credit card, and he swipes it and got a cola out of it. And I looked at my buddy, I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna happen, right? Like, or maybe it was 15 or 20 years ago, I don't know. But it just kind of gives you, like, now it's like, well, yeah, you can you can do anything with a credit card, right? Those things are real, right? Like, it's going to change. You know, if you don't embrace change and you don't embrace what's coming, like for instance, Brandon and you know, most loan officers right now are starting to embrace that whole broker model, right? It's coming, right? These things are coming. There's changes are coming, right? Certain things are happening. People are cutting out the fat with, for instance, with you guys too. Like everybody's looking for how do I make things easier for my consumer, right? Whether that's, you know, joining a brokerage like EXP that has lower overhead, or starting your own that has lower overhead, whatever the case may be, consumers are getting smarter and smarter. Automation's happening, right? But I think that you're not going to replace, when it comes to automation, you're not going to replace people. And I just think most people want to talk to someone like CJ and say, hey, CJ, look at this basement, look at this foundation, versus I bought it online. You know, I clicked a button. I don't think that's ever, I think it's going to happen in real estate, but I don't think that's not in our lifetimes. Nobody's going to be comfortable enough to do that. Same thing with loans. People are going to want to say, hey, you know, Chris, hey man, explain to me the different products that are available to me, instead of going to Rocket Mortgage and clicking a button and then maybe you regret it later, right? They're going to want to have that expertise and that person. But there is going to be more automation. You got to embrace that. You got to embrace social media. You got to embrace all the things that are coming.
Right.
Look back 5 years, look forward 5 years. And I think, to Brandon's point, things are going to be much, much different 5 years from now, and certainly 10 years from now.
Yep, and I'm gonna add to
You gotta
that,
get out there and learn, and they have classes out there for you.
Yep, and it's like,
You know,
when you got clients and potential clients, it's like, what do those potential clients want, and how do they want to be contacted and communicated with?
Right.
It's like, you can't base that on what your beliefs were or are. you gotta have that mindset. It's like, hey, I gotta pivot. I need to update and get more savvy on the technological side, and meet them where they are instead of trying to pull them where I was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is my, and I'm glad Larry brought that up. This is my take on that. I don't want to keep y'all too long. I know it's 8:30 mark. I know we're about 10 minutes away from the hour mark here. I know we started a little bit earlier, so I don't want to make a long story short. You know, my mentor is Mattress Mac. Mattress Mac is the guy that just won the biggest bet in the history of sports betting. He just won $75 million.
Get that lick, boy.
So that's
we
my
saw
mentor.
that in Houston, by the way. They win every 2 or 3 years.
All right, so that's my mentor. That's who I mentored under. I mean, I had I was a mentee for I learned and earned for 5 years under this guy. So one of the things he say all the time is that you always got to look 10 years ahead. What's happening today is not going to be happening 10 years from now. So that's how I approached this business. When I came in 2017, I was like, what if I could make how things are opening up and how everybody's becoming compartmentalized with people that want to do business with people just like them? What if I could market and be visible just like a realtor, if not better, where I have my own clientele, and that way I add value and I can leverage these deals with multiple realtors, and that'll be the key to success. And so that's what I came up with the whole billionaire loan officer moniker. So I saw this 10 years from now, where it's starting to hit now, where you gotta mess with social media. 6 years now, it's hitting a little bit early. Now you gotta mess with social media, especially if you want to be multi-state. But 6 years ago, every state was still, you had the I call Little Shop of Horror approach, where feed me, loan officers like feed me Seymour, and that was it. They were like, what's the plant name on Little Shop of Horrors?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, most
dude name was Seymour. That's all I remember.
was get realtors and say, feed me, please. That was their business model, and Corey know what I'm talking about on that issue. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna create to where I'm independent of that, and if it takes me a couple of years to build up my digital footprint, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's the way I approached it. Now everybody's kind of getting on it. Everybody got their show and all that stuff. So what's next? And I'm not going to give away the sauce, but the next step, I'm looking at 2030, 2032. Where's the business going to be then? And like Larry said, it's going to be, you got a lot more automation technology. The virtual closings are coming and all that stuff. However, you never, just like furniture, houses, you still need that personal touch. But it's going to be a lot less people in it because you're going to need a lot less people for that personal touch. Mm-hmm. So, I think it's retail is going to be a gap. There's going to be telemarketers and they're going to be brokers.
Yep.
And I think that's what it's going to be.
And you see on the real estate side,
people that just want it quick. That's what I think.
Yeah, okay. And you see how when Zillow tried to come in and start buying up properties and trying to eliminate that whole system and whole personal touch aspect and see what happened with them.
Right, they got to buy back all that shit.
They took a big L on selling those properties.
It's good work, but it's not gonna. It's never with people being who they are until we get cyborgs or some shit. They always need that personal touch because they're gonna touch, feel, they want to smell it. And they're going to need somebody to kind of look them in the eye, smell their cologne, and the whole nine. That's not going anywhere. So what I would say to a person that's trying to get in or just doing the business, if you're not into people, if you're not a people's person, you're not in this for people, I think you're in the wrong business. You might want to get a W-2. You might want to do something different. I mean, we're in the people's business, man. That's just what it is. If you want to clock in and clock out and be in a cubicle and nobody bothers you, this is not for you. People, it just is what it is. This is relationship building, and this is where it has to be in you, not on you. Meaning that you have to live the business. You have to marry the business. You can't date the business. You have to be on 24/7. You know? I mean, this is real spill. You have to. I give you an example. I say this over. I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to dominate. Mattress Mac told me this. This is, he's from Starkville, Mississippi. When he learned about the mattress thing, Larry's not the only one that's not a Houstonian here. That know his story. So how he made his money in the 80s, he used to walk around with a mattress everywhere. And he learned this from his tire guy in Starkville, Mississippi. The guy used to wear a spare tire around his waist with suspenders everywhere. Go to church with it, go to the post office, and he became known as the tire guy. And he sold a lot of tires. So he was 24/7 with his tire around his waist. So Mattress Mac kind of did the same thing. He used to have his commercials. He used to walk around with a twin-size mattress with the arm and the head cut out, back in the 80s. And it became known as Mattress Mac. So I've never seen Mattress Mac without either a mattress on or a gallery furniture shirt. Even when he goes to church, he has a gallery furniture button-up shirt. What I'm saying is he's married to his business. So the days if you want clock in and clock out, get your W-2. Those days are gone. You have to be. People want to see you. They want to feel like they know you. They're more demanding than ever before.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to be up to the call. You got to live this. If you want to hop in and hop out, this ain't the right business. They got to know you. They got to feel that you got to live this. You got to be authentic, real deal. And that's the only people I think is gonna last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And a lot of people did get in quick money.
Yeah, I think the people going to be able to smell the real deal from the fake. Like CJ said, if you hopping in, you don't know. I'm not giving no deals. The deals are too precious. I'm not giving you no deals.
Right.
No, and here's the thing: is I own a real estate company too, and like a year ago, I didn't even want to go show a house. I just give it to my agents, right? They can go show it. I'll just take half the commission, whatever.
Right.
I ain't letting nothing go right now.
Right.
Someone wants to see a house, I'm gonna make sure there's gas in my damn car, right? I'm going to
Right.
So that's what I'm saying is like, you still want to be able to leverage certain things, but when things get tough, man, you start to grab a lot of those reins with your own damn hands, right? Like,
Right.
And so, yeah, I think we're heading into that kind of a market, and it's great. I think it's great for consumers because they're going to get to work with guys like CJ and guys like Barry and guys like Brandon, guys like Chris, instead of whoever you guys have leveraged out to them over the last 5 years, right?
Right.
And so these guys the consumers are going to win in this case, and I think we are too in the long run. Guys like us are going to obviously have staying power, and we've got relationships with buyers and people and real estate agents, and I think. In closing, I think consumers are going to realize that guys like you, guys like me, hopefully are knowledgeable. We've got the right ideas, the right products, the right rates, the right whatever, to get them through whatever the next couple of years are going to bring.
Right.
Oh yeah, you gotta go. That's core.
Right.
He said, Chris.
Yeah. Hey, look. I've been named. I've been called. I don't know. I must look like I've been called Chris so many times. I don't even. I didn't even notice.
Hey, my bad. I've talked to 15 times on the phone for at least 5-6 hours total, and I got his damn name wrong. I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh,
My bad.
oh, good.
Hey, but this is the thing to wrap it up. Like you said, the people that are going to persevere through this are going to be running when it bounces back in 2024 or 2023. The people that struggle with this are sleepy, like Mike said earlier today, the sleepy loan officers that sleep right now and not doing anything, that's just sticking their head in the ground and trying to wait till the storm is over. They're going to be hurting because if you're not visible, and people not seeing what you're doing right now, and people knowing that you know what you do, and people want to see it nowadays. I don't want to hear about it. I want to see it. I want to see these closings. I want to see this house that you talk about. I want to see your success. I want to see it. I don't want to hear about it because anybody can fake anything. We want to see it now. It's hard. You can fake certain stuff, but certain stuff you can't fake.
Yep.
You know, so that's where it's going, and that's what it is nowadays. And we'll go ahead and wrap it up from there. Let's go ahead and say the outros, everybody. Larry, I'll start with you. Let's go. No, Corey, let's start with you and let's go counterclockwise.
All right. Corey Smith, your lender. Give me a call, 832-297-7659, or shoot me an email, smithmortgageteam@gmail.com.
Gotcha, Larry.
My name's Larry, and the best part of this thing was when CJ went full Brady Bunch on it and pointed down to the next square. And Corey corrected me on his name. Larry Clackett, Lending MN 651-734-5602. And thanks for having me on, guys.
All right. So Barry Bolson, Keller Williams, professionals, buy, sell, and invest in Houston surrounding areas. You can call me at 832-786-1270, or you can go to www.homesbybarryb.com, and I'm on all platforms.
All right, CJ.
I appreciate everybody tuning in. Check out our website, greenwoodrealtytx.com. Hit us up on social media, CJ Sells Texas. You see it on the shirt. Just tap in with me. Also, check out the YouTube, CJ Sells Texas. I am partnering with B-Owner. We got our luxury home tours edition on there showing y'all the best that Houston has to offer. If you're interested in selling, buying, leasing, investing, residential, commercial, hit me up. You can text me, call me 832-338-3182, or hit me up on all social media platforms at CJ Sells Texas.
All right. So again, Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210. At Billionaire Loan Officer, you can Google me and it'll pop up everything. So I'm a mortgage broker. I am a published author, serial entrepreneur. So if you want to go ahead and apply with me, go ahead and apply with B.com. You can book me on a Zoom if you're, you want to talk about it first, or you can just go ahead and fill out the application. Also, you can contact me 24/7, 832-775-8357. That's the phone number. Two other websites I want to plug, www.houstonCondoSales.com. If you're trying to get one of those fly townhouses, fly high rises, fly condos, they're on there. For Houstonians, by Houstonians. Also, challenge me, man. What's today's rates.com? I got my rates 24/7. You can check out my rates anytime. I challenge you, realtors, clients, get your LE out, get your loan estimate out, and put your scenario in. I guarantee you mine's going to be better. In fact, I might start putting some money on that. I ain't a gambling man. I might start putting some bread on that. I'll beat
your money where your mouth is.
Huh?
Put your money where your mouth is.
Put my money where my mouth is, man. So YouTube, again, like CJ said, we got the new YouTube show. House Tours. We got 2 different editions. House Tours Lux, that's going to be starring CJ the Realtor. We're doing $1 million, all the luxury homes. House Tours Express was going to be starring myself and all the realtors that want us to come in and interview them. That's going to be anything 800,000 on down. So holler us on that. That's going to be the new Hot Show Shot 4K. Also, I'm announcing for the first time here my reality show that's going to be on YouTube. It's called Behind the Sauce. Behind the Sauce, doing the Billionaire Loan Officer. Behind the Sauce. So it's going to be following me on stuff like I did this weekend, the Frenchie Bowl, and, just showing us how we throwing our events and showing you just the broker lifestyle, man. It's the lifestyle, selling your luxury houses, placing people in luxury houses, mingling with clients, and just you just go see the lifestyle, man. So Behind the Sauce, I'm going to show you the sauce, how to make $1 million in the real estate game. So be on the lookout for that. That first episode should be coming out here before the end of the month. With that being said, man, we're gonna say peace. We're gonna see y'all next week.
right, later.